Se torne um profissional em jogos de tiro. Obtenha vantagens com o controle da Visual Controles. Links na descrição.
Fala aí galera, suave? Sejam todos bem-vindos a mais um vídeo de Rainbow Six Siege aqui no canal pra vocês. Hoje, após 2 meses da publicação desse conteúdo, eu legendei o vídeo de Bastidores da Ubisoft, onde os desenvolvedores comentam sobre a criação da Clash e do Maverick. No vídeo original eles comentaram bastante sobre a base Hereford, mas eu acredito que isso seja irrelevante para o conteúdo do vídeo de hoje. Vocês irão ver nesse vídeo detalhes da criação da Clash, como era para ter sido o maçarico do Maverick, entre outras revelações bem maneiras. O vídeo está totalmente legendado em português do Brasil para vocês. Fazer todo esse trabalho de tradução deu um trampo fodido para minha equipe, e ainda mais para eu passar tudo isso pro vídeo. Nem tudo foi traduzido exatamente como está sendo dito, porque senão a gente acaba se perdendo um pouco no contexto do que está sendo falado. Então fiquem aí com o vídeo e eu espero que vocês se surpreendam como eu me surpreendi. Tentem focar em como foi a criação do escudo da Clash e também como era o Gadget do Maverick. Aproveitem o vídeo.
Operation Grim Sky gives players exciting new tools and plenty of opportunities to experiment with them. Whether it's figuring out how to put the first shield defender in play, tactically assessing an entirely reworked map, or even scorching a masterpiece into a wall, the developers crafted the new operators and map with your creativity in mind.
In a competitive way, it's not really useful to do clouds in walls, but I mean, you give this possibility to players, you give a space to express weird tactics.
Oftentimes it's like, yeah, we're making this toolbox there, and here, have fun, and then try to create something. And then it comes back to us, like, oh yeah, that's clever.
When it came to creating Clash, we iterated on her biography and on her psychological profile until we thought it was just right for this character. So Clash was once a riot police officer, so she knows exactly how and when to deploy the shield.
So she has a very classic London police uniform because we wanted to focus about the attitude. We wanted to focus on her face.
This is where you stop.
The shield is kind of the part of the character, so we designed the shield at the same time of the operators because we wanted to know the visual interaction between each other. We took the decision really to make the shield full transparent, to always be able to see her.
We tried to grab what we like about shield and make it an even more advanced version of that, something that is probably the most shieldy operator we have in the game. She's super tough, super resistant, 3 armor, big shield, but that was a first step, going from shield to this, okay, let's remove the lethality, it's not needed in defense, and then actually enforce team play a lot more. So let's explore that. It was the first step, and then when I should be able to do something more. I should be able to provide debuff or something like that, and that's where we went to the idea, okay, so maybe my shield is actually an active shield I can use. We had a few iterations where we went into actually like stopping people instantly or preventing them entirely from moving, which is makes sense in different games, in MOBAs and that kind of thing, but not so much in Siege. Like zero movement is extremely deadly. Shanka can attest of that. At that point, we were like, okay, that's interesting to be able to control movement. We have to work a fine line in terms of balancing between how much I can slow people down, how fast can I pull the shit back and hold my gun, the size of the gauge as well, all those things. And we have been through a lot of steps.
There was 2 main inspirations for this shield. It's something that exists that is a taser shield. It's much smaller, but it exists in the reality, and the riot shield. So we mix these 2 shields to make a totally new one, and we have kept the branding from the London police.
So while creating Clash, we knew that she would be from Britain. And so we had table reads when we were reading scripts and reading barks, and I would try to have a British accent while speaking her lines. Let's just say I'm not a professional when it comes to that, but I did have fun.
Maverick is an operator with Delta Force.
It was kind of tricky because that is a unit that doesn't exist officially. So there's no branding, there's no specific outfit, no specific weapons.
His story is that he kind of gets captured and we don't know what happens to him, and then he reemerges and there's a little bit of a mystery there, and we wanted to really have that emphasis on the mystery a little bit because it's kind of unique to the operators so far.
We wanted a new metal breacher because it's something that is really powerful in our game. First of all, Maverick used a very long distancing that shoot little thing that destroyed after a few seconds. So it was really like I'm doing something by shooting and I could do it for very far distance, 20, 30, 40 meters. And that was the first thing we tried. And quickly we found that really too powerful. You could be at 30 meters, destroying a full wall. The fun was immediate with the fact that you could draw what you want. It's not because I drew a 6 on the wall that directly I'm better at the game, but it was fun. It was just fun. Like the fun factor was really there. So we kept that, we reduced the distance. Now we saw the full potential of just opening one line of sight. And I hope our players will take the full potential of Maverick and try things. I'm really eager to see that.
He was captured and he had to find a way out, so he had, because he's so smart, he had built a very rough prototype of the gadget and was able to escape in that way. And now in the game we have come to this final version.
The torch, the main challenge wants to not doing something that looks like a weapon. The first iteration we did, it looks like a weapon and it was an issue because we don't want people to think, oh, I can torch people. We didn't want to do like a flamethrower or something like that.
There's the functionality part and then there's like the narrative part. Okay, so the torch has acetylene and oxygen in it. Okay, but what is scientifically correct? What is this? And then the narrative part is, okay, what would it look like and how would he have made it? What would the early version have looked like? And so there's two different things you have to balance and make sure that everything is accurate.
We padded it with metal so people don't think they can shoot into the canister and make the character explode.
That's really what we wanted to push further, the creativity, because it's something that we really like. You know, giving tools to the player.
So I think there's a lot of potential. The way we play, the way we design it, we give a lot of ways to play the operator, and I'm really curious to see what's going to happen.